Do 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 do.
Greetings fandom, my name is Andre, and for this video I am going to make another series of of discussions that are related to Nintendo, my favorite gaming brand. And so there have been quite a few people a few months back who have expressed their disinterest, rather not their anger, towards the expansion of Nintendo Switch Online, which includes the availability of Nintendo 64, Sega Genesis games, and some other freebies. Alright? I think that is a great way to make the expansion. But the one thing that people seriously, and I mean seriously, did not like was that it had to be a lot more expensive than the original plan. Because you see, the original plan was like just the regular standard one was like around $20 per year, I think. But it doubled in price when it comes to the expansion, and this irritated them. It irritated me. But then I noticed that I don't really play Sega Genesis games, because why the fuck would I play Sega? That fucking failure of a brand. And for Nintendo 64 games, I am just so lucky that I still get to keep ta-da my Wii U console, alright? And owning a Wii U gives me the additional privilege of having the virtual console service, which is surprisingly enough still available, still active, still operational. And one of the platforms that the virtual console gives access to is, that's right, Nintendo 64. And I have made quite a few tweets about the fact that I said Super Mario would be one of the few games that I'll be actively playing. Yes! And I have managed to expand my library some more based on the most recent tweet that I have made. Alright? So, when it comes to Nintendo Switch Online, I have I have been convinced. I've been convinced that I will just stick to the original plan. NES and SNES games. Just that, alright? Nothing more, nothing less. Because I know every once in a while, Nintendo is going to update those games. Anyway, update the games that are inside the library anyway. I think 2 months ago or 1 month ago, when they added Earthbound and Earthbound Beginnings in Nintendo Switch Online, which is a very, very wise move for them to do. But I am just very sad that they didn't include Mother 3, because it's about time they acknowledge Mother 3, you know? But Mother 3 is like Game Boy Advance, and they don't have Game Boy Advance games in Nintendo Switch Online, so I do not count that happening any soon. But I will stick to the original plan. As for the Nintendo 64 games, I have this baby right here. Yeah, my Wii U is attached to my television set, my video game set right there. And the only thing that irritates me about this setup is that every time there's a storm and a typhoon, which by the way, at least 20 of them come here every year, I have to fucking disassemble that because of the chances that the roof might come off, and then there might be leaks on the ceiling and my consoles might get wet. Which is something that I try so hard to avoid, because I take very, very good care of my consoles. Here is my Wii U, and with this I get to save up a lot of my cash, because I can just go for the virtual console service. And it is also here where I will announce that I will probably have my full dedication, my full devotion to become a retro gamer, okay? As I have decided to just fill in with the bunch of uh, Nintendo 64, NES, and SNES games, along with Game Boy and Game Boy Color. All right, because primarily, uh, it was like because I thought that when it comes to like the Game Boy and Game Boy Color games, Pokemon is literally the only ones worth collecting. Make no mistake, I did say Nintendo 64 is what I'm primarily collecting in my virtual console service, but I still want to have NES and SNES games in my virtual console. All right. For NES, it would be the ones that are not yet available on Nintendo Switch Online, which I don't think they will be adding anytime soon. Take for example, Duck Hunt, Mac Rider, Hogan's Alley. Those guys are available on Virtual Console, but not on NSO. Okay, I will be purchasing those. As for as for the SNES, there's only one left that is still in Virtual Console. Super Mario RPG. The very first one. And I just hope that Nintendo and Square Enix come into terms to make Super Mario RPG available on NSO, and it'll make a lot of retro gamers happy. It will, including myself, because like, well, yes, I know it's a huge privilege to have Super Mario RPG on the Virtual Console service as well, which I plan to have. All right, but having it on the much later or the latest online service that Nintendo has, considering the fact that not everyone really has a Wii U, it's Nintendo's worst selling console, but people who bought it get some privileges, me myself included, and I will just let you know that my mark as a retro gamer will start here.